As we become more experienced using AutoCAD, the drawings we create will become larger and contain more entities. Sometimes making changes may require us to select several objects at a time. Let's look at how we can use AutoCAD to efficiently select multiple objects. I'm going to open a drawing. We'll click our Open icon, and we're going to go into our Exercise Files folder. We'll come down to Chapter 8, and we'll grab the first drawing, the Window Crossing Window drawing. I will highlight that guy and click Open. I've got a series of 9 circles on my screen. Let's say I'd like to erase 4 of them. I'm going to come over and launch my Erase command. AutoCAD says Select Objects. Instead of clicking these guys individually, what I'm going to do is create a window. I'm going to click on my screen, right up in space here. Let me just click, and as I move my cursor to the right, notice I'm creating a blue square. More importantly, notice the edge of that square is a solid white line. This represents a window selection. Notice AutoCAD's asking me to specify opposite corner. When I click to finish my selection, AutoCAD will select everything that falls completely within this window. So just for the sake of science, let me pull down a little bit further. Only those 4 circles fall within the selection. So when I click to finish my window, AutoCAD selects those 4 circles. And if I right-click to finish selecting objects, those guys are gone. Let me undo and bring them back. Let's look at another type of selection. We're going to look at the crossing window. Once again, let's say I have to erase 4 circles. I'm going to launch my Erase command. AutoCAD's asking me to select objects. This time, let's say I want to erase these 4 circles. I'm going to click at a point in space, just like I did before. I'll click, and when I pull to the left, notice I'm creating a green square, or a green window. Also notice that the outer edge of this window is a dashed line. The dashed line represents this is a crossing window, and that means that this window selection will grab everything that falls completely within or crosses over the boundary. So if I want to grab those 4 circles, I could finish my selection all the way up here, and I'll still grab the 4 of them because 2 of those circles cross over the boundary. Let me left-click to finish my window. Notice they're highlighted. I can right-click to finish the selection, and the command removes the circles. Let me undo to bring them back. Now, there's no magic to using a window or a crossing window. It just depends on which way you move your cursor when you make your selection. I'm going to launch the Erase command one more time. I'll click Erase. Select Objects. I'm just going to pick a point on screen, and notice if I move my cursor to the right, I get a window. If I move my cursor to the left, I get the crossing window. Okay, I'm going to hit Escape to clear the selection. Let me hit Escape again to cancel out of the command. Let's look at how we can use the window and the crossing window in a practical example. I'm going to back up a little bit. I've got a chessboard on my screen. One thing we know about the chessboard is the pieces on one side are the same as the pieces on the other. So I would like to copy this row of pawns from this row up to this row. That's going to require me to select multiple entities. I'm going to use my Copy command. So I'll come up and click my Copy icon. Now, any command that asks us to select objects can be used with a window or a crossing window. Doesn't matter. As long as the computer says select objects, I can use a window or crossing window. Let me come down and select my objects. I'm going to use a window. I'm going to pick a point right here. And as I move my mouse to the right, I will make a window around those objects. I will click on my screen to finish the window, and then I will right-click to let AutoCAD know I'm done selecting objects. All 8 of those guys have been selected. I can now pick them up from the end point here, and I will place them to the end point here. And since I'm done copying, I'm going to hit my Escape key to cancel out. Now, at this point, let's say I'd like to erase all of the lines in this drawing. To erase all of my lines, it would probably be most efficient for me to use a crossing window. Let's try that. I'm going to use the Erase command this time. Once again, any command that allows you to select objects, we can use a window. At the Select Objects prompt, I'm going to come over to the right side of my object and click. And when I pull to the left, I'm creating a crossing window. Notice if I cross over all of these ends, I'll left-click and finish my window. It grabs all the horizontal lines. I'm still in the Select Objects prompt, so I'm going to come up and click again. I'll do a little crossing window over the top. I'll finish the window by clicking, and then I'll finish the selection by right-clicking, and those lines are gone. More than half the work you do in AutoCAD will require you to make selections. Knowing how to efficiently select multiple objects is one of the fastest ways to increase your productivity.